And today we have a little bit of a twist in this video. As you know, I usually play on controller, so I'm considered a controller player. But behind the scenes, I've been working on keyboard, and I'm gonna show you guys my progression so far and all my keybinds and tips on what to do. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna go into creative and show you everything I have basically learned as just a player for myself. And I'll also be also showing you guys really cool combos that go well if you're on keyboard, and it just makes it look really really, how do you say it, really clean. Actually, a clean combo. If you don't know what clean means, guys, it means look really good. So like, or in swearing terms, it means no swearing, so censored. But it looks so sick. So first off, I'm gonna go controller and show you guys my progress on that, and show you guys how I've matured from my old videos. And I mean, let's get into it. So I play on PS4 usually, and although it's a really sick combo, sometimes it looks a little bit weird with the controller. So let's go into it and show you guys what I can do. So if you're wondering what this combo is, it's Aura, which is 800 V-Bucks. So probably $15 if you're not gonna get any starter packs. And then for the other one, it's Star Wand, and that's also another 800 V-Bucks. So that'll be about $30. So I probably recommend the $40 pack instead of the $30 one. So I'm gonna start off with some 90s. So not too bad. Oh, we messed up the base fly. Alrighty, guys. So I'm just doing my 90s. I'm not too bad of a player, I guess, but I feel like I've reached the max that I can. I'm not really the best, alright, so I feel like I can do so much better, and that's why I've switched to keyboard. And this is basically how I am on control. I'm just gonna be quiet and show you guys what I can do. Thanks. Another reason I want to switch to keyboard and mouse is I have lots of trouble with triple editing, and I feel like mouse and keyboard, it's sort of easier, I guess. That's why I'm switching in the whole purposes of faster editing speed. So that's me on controller. Now I'm gonna go keyboard and mouse. And if you're wondering what keyboard and mouse and have, it's mechanical keyboard. It's called. Geez, my DPI is so low. Okay, let me just change my settings a little bit higher. If you're wondering what a keyboard I have, it's called a Commander V2, and I just got it from EB Games, and it's actually really nice. It's got really nice side buttons on the mouse and really nice mechanical keys. So I really recommend this for anybody who is just starting off. It's also very cheap. Sorry guys, let me warm up. Just gotta get my controller out of the way so I can get a little bigger picture here. I think I might raise my not DPI, my sensitivity a little bit higher. If we go here, let's make it 3. A for apply. Okay, let's see how I do here. So I'll get into my keybinds in just a little bit, But now I'm going to show you basically what I can do so far. So, very easy to come across a keyboard and mouse player in public lobbies. You just got to connect your keyboard and mouse, or even connect your mouse, and you'll come across them. So if you do come across a keyboard and mouse player, just like expect anything, because they can be from really body, like probably me, to really sweaty, and they'll be able to do all these cool edits. And now I'm starting to do the double edit like that, but just be careful, because they might come across you might come across a lot of keyboard players, especially, let's say you don't even have to have your keyboard plugged in, right? You're playing with a guy who plays on keyboard and he's party leader. You'll load into 100%. You'll load into a lobby with at least a few keyboard players. So just a heads up there. So expect really anything from a keyboard player. I'm not saying controller players are bad, but keyboard players tend to be sometimes really sweaty. So basically that's as far as I've got to my ability. I can sometimes actually do nice triple edits, but for now I'm gonna have to stick with my double edits, and I'm pretty proud of my accomplishments, sorry guys, and how I've matured so far. So let me give you a little bit of context. I've been playing on controller for basically the whole time I've been on Fortnite, and I'm just switching to keyboard and mouse in the last month, and I feel like I may not be the best, but I certainly am pretty good, at least. Well, at least I think so. You guys can comment below on how good you think I am, but it's really okay if you don't think I'm the best. But I'm gonna show you what really helped me, and this is also going to be a video on how to find your own keybinds, because I feel like that was really the main focus for me. I was trying to find all these professional keybinds, and really that it didn't help me at all. So I'm just giving you guys another just a big red flag, they say, and just telling you you can really just get your own keybinds, and it will work way better for you if you trust me. Because a lot of the pros are actually older players, so they'll have a little bit bigger hands than you. So they'll have all these building binds like F1, F2, or yeah, something like that. They'll have it really far away from their keyboard sometimes. And I really feel like it should be in your keyboard space of the max you can go down to CTRL and up to 1. And me personally, I have my pinky on W, so I have my pinky on W, so it's a little bit, I guess, harder for some people, but for me it fits really well because I'm used to pressing all the bottom keys, and I really encourage you guys to find your own keybinds. But now I'm going to get into how to find your own keybinds and what my keybinds are, if you guys are interested in my keybinds, because I feel like a lot of people make their own keybinds, and maybe sometimes they might not find the right one for themselves. So I'm just going to give you mine, because I feel like since if you're a younger player watching this, I'm a younger player as well, so I'll have smaller hands than everybody, and feel like it's way easier for me to move around like this. So right now I'm going to start building, and I'm going to give you guys my keybinds actually, and then I'm going to teach you really good lessons on how to find your own keybinds. So my brightness, I play on PS4, so it won't be the same graphics as Mac or anything like that. So my brightness is 100%. User interface contrast 1 times. I really don't feel like I should make it any darker or lighter, because I feel like mine is already good enough as it is right now. Tritanope, or Tritanope, whatever your accent is, I feel like is the best for me, because my eyes tend to go maybe a little bit darker, and when I see lighter things it really brings up a nice color. But lots of people may use Deuteranope, and I see that a lot, but I feel like the bright really suits me. So My colorblind strength is 8 because I feel like too bright can really ruin your eyes. It's like staring into the sun. So I sit really far away from my monitor. I have my monitor pushed in front of me and my keyboard and mouse down on the. I sit back in my chair. My motion blur is off because I feel like I get maybe a little bit nauseous. So it's going to obviously help me with that. Show FPS actually I'm going to put on because it's actually a really good thing to know if your frames are really laggy and it's not a good place for you. Of course you can see that, and actually motion blur, it's like having really low FPS kind of, and it just blurs after every motion. So my game, don't know if you really want to know this, but toggle sprint off, and I'm just going to let you read. So there we go. This I have everything on just so I can see my ping. Ping is another word for lag, and I really find it effective to see my ping. Now I have really low mouse sensitivity, but I have my highest DPI. So let's run through it. So x-axis is 3.0 and y-axis is 3.0 because I feel like 3 is a really good number for me because of my DPI. My mouse I think goes up to like 4,200 DPI, and usually players have a higher sensitivity than their DPI, and they'll have a little bit higher, but I have a little bit higher DPI than my sensitivity. So think of 3 as 3,000, and 3,000. I have it 1,200 higher on DPI, so 4,200. Let me go to target sensitivity. I'm gonna put maybe a little bit down because I would have it at 6 usually, 36. So I know it might seem a little bit high, but I really like going for those trick shots, and I know a lot of people would use high sensitivity for trick shots and scoping. And I'm just leaking this out, but I'm going to be making a montage scene and posting it on this channel and another channel, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it when it comes out. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a lot of cool shots in there. So mouse actually also, I'm going to actually spoil a little bit. Most of it's going to be on controller because I feel more comfortable on controller for trick shotting, but some of it, like little parts are on keyboard and mouse, just trying out in Team Rumble. Okay, mouse flight 100% because I feel like my mouse, it's really, so DPI is essentially the dead zone of the mouse, and this also helps with that, and it will, if you don't have DPI in the mouse, this will help a lot. Invert aircraft controls, I don't have them on at all because otherwise my mouse will move the other way. I have to move my mouse a complete different way, and I'm not ready for that. Controller auto run, so this is all my controller stuff. It's not really that interesting, but here it is. And then we go to my volume. Have 3D headphones up because I feel like it annoys me, but visual sound effects is on. Just because if you really can't hear, and sometimes you get mixed up signals because there's many people, it will show you how many people are around you, and it really just helps a lot. So I have cinematics down because they tend to put it really loud. No offense to anybody who puts that loud, but sometimes for my headset it sounds really loud. So actually, before we go into keyboard and mouse, I'm going to go into my combat controls, and I have double edit binds for my keyboard and mouse, my controller. So this is just that. Going to here. So very basic except for the edit. And here we go. Okay, and now if I go into my keyboard and mouse settings, here we go. So the actual usual move forward, move left, move backward, and right, WASD. Jump is spacebar. I used to actually have a jump is edit, spacebar is edit, but I changed that later on because it didn't really fit. Sprint, I don't have it on, and I'll tell you guys why. I feel like sprint in auto run, you don't really need it because if I go back here into settings, right here, sprint by default. So it's really it's actually really effective. So that's why I put it on. Here we go. Crouch is H. So it's just in my reach boundary, so I can just just get it, because I usually don't go past H. That's the highest I will go. So I can go all the way up to 6 in my numbers and H there. Because if I go any further, it's very uncomfortable for me. So right now I have very comfortable binds for myself. I can easily move left, right, and center. So if we go down left fire, there's nothing different about this. Then I go into reload. It's Q, because I feel like it's really easy just to flick my W onto Q just to reload, because we do that a fair bit. So I want it close to my to the buttons I'm used to. My use is my thumb mouse button, because I feel like use, you're gonna use them. Sorry guys. Your interact or use, you're gonna. Oh jeez, we just leveled up, guys. You're gonna use it a lot, so that's why I put it on thumb mouse button, so it's very, very accessible. And that's another thing. You're going to want to take advantage if you have mouse buttons on your mouse, and really just make it so that everything is comfortable for you. Weapon slot is 1 is B. Then it's weapon slot 2 is left CTRL. You may think that's weird, but I can really put my palm, like a little bit of my palm, onto left CTRL when I'm resting it. So it's actually a very, very good keyboard, because it also has a resting pad below left CTRL, so I can rest it there. I can rest my palm there, like my wrist, the end of my wrist there, and with the left side of my palm, I can just press left CTRL really well. Wheel down, mouse wheel down, it's really accessible, really easy, and I feel like everybody should at least have one bind like this. And if you don't feel like it's the best for you, that's completely fine. But for me, it's very comfortable. I also have mouse wheel up, and this is really sensitive. So mouse wheel down is the most sensitive one, but also mouse wheel up. They're both very sensitive. So just be careful if you're touching the mouse and wheeling up or down. Oh, I forgot my harvesting tool, guys. Mouse button. So click down on the middle mouse button, which is the scroll wheel. And then we go to weapon slot 5 is G, because it's also very accessible for me. And here we go. Crouch while building is caps lock. Same with my crouch, it's just caps lock, so very normal. Now this is where the parts come in. That's really different to other players. I have my key buttons like right down at the bottom. So C, V, X, and F are all my builds. So my trap is T, because I feel very comfortable just lifting it immediately. My my pointer finger to T really easily. So if we go down, place building, left mouse button, like everybody, well, like most people. Repair and upgrade is Y, because again, right next to T and still in that boundary of H, so really nice. Place building is left mouse button. Repair and upgrade Y. Rotate building. Now this is where it's an exception, so I went up to J for here because I felt like nothing else worked, and I might actually change that and put it as 5, because I really don't feel, I'm not the most comfortable with that, you see, and it's just annoyed me sometimes. And oh no, what did I just do, guys? Firm, and this was Y. Okay, so change building material, right mouse button, very, very casual. Building edit, this is my mouse button. So this is also Tfue and Raider464's mouse button, and in my opinion, one of my favorite players, Raider464. He's one of the best editors I've ever seen in my life, along with a Serpent, who apparently got exposed for macroing, and Shaw, who's also really fast. So I know, like, I just want to give a shout out to them because I feel like they're really amazing. So, oh, and Rift as well, he's also amazing. Okay, select building edit is left mouse button, so nothing too special. Reset building, right mouse button, nothing too special as well. And here is really, it's nothing amazing. I don't use squad comms a lot, so F4, I don't use it because I have a mic, so I won't really need it that much. I don't use push to talk because I can just mute my mic, and I feel like I don't know how I'm gonna keep my finger on another button while I'm playing. So it's just a waste of a button for me. And lots of this you might not want to see. So there we go, and those are my settings. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna be helping everybody just like me find their own binds, because I feel like this is a big factor in Fortnite, finding your own keybinds. So if you're switching to keyboard and mouse and you're exactly like me, where the pros you may look up to them so much because they have really good, amazing editing skill, and I wanted to have the same binds as Booga and Rift, but I realized it was less accessible for me. So I chose different binds for myself that I made myself, and you may see that it has similarities to other pros binds, but lots of it comes from my own degree of things. So geez, we almost fell. So while I play, I'm going to run you guys through what I think is best. So number one is comfort. I may have said this a lot, but this is really like serious. If you're a serious gamer, this is what you're gonna want. Comfort, right? I'm always comfortable when I'm pressing my keys. You always have to be comfortable. If you have to stretch your whole arm, I really feel like that's it's really a big no-no for keybinds, because it's just it just may, like, I also do other stuff on the side. Fortnite's not my main focus. I just like helping people with challenges and everything. But I feel like this is a really big thing. It might actually really damage your hands. Just like I didn't play claw when I was on controller, because I felt like I really didn't want to hurt my hands or whatever. And stretching your hands out may be not a great way of helping your hands either. So I just think that might be another factor of why I don't do it. But if you're really comfortable with stretching and you have bigger hands as a kid, then by all means go for it. But for anyone who's like me and has smaller hands, that's what I recommend. So next, also going on this comfort zone, I think the best, the radius of the keys should be from maybe from the like the tab down to CTRL, and then out to H. That's, I feel like, the maximum it can go to, up to H, sorry, and that's the maximum it should have to go to. Otherwise it might be a little bit far of a stretch for people like me. So moving on, I also think it needs to be you have to put some of yourself into it. So what you really feel might be a really good stick for you, because lots of the pros, they stick with it for the whole season because they don't have time to keep switching their binds. So that's why you gotta really feel like it's meant for you. Otherwise, it's really not going to it's not going to stick. So you obviously know you're not going to have the right keybinds if keep doing that. So after on that focus, there's one last thing, and I think the keybinds that you choose have to be really relevant to what you're playing. So if you played Call of Duty or Minecraft before, you should really have the same. If there are different building binds for actually Fortnite's one of the only games with building, except for Minecraft, it's different types of building. But for shooting wise and everything, switching to your inventory, I really feel like it should have the same binds, because that's what you will feel comfortable with, because you played like that before. So that's my 2 cents worth, but I hope it was effective and helped any of you guys that watch my video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for that montage I was talking about, guys. But for now, peace out. See you guys.
You done?